G'day, everybody. Who's ever heard about mysterious altar outcomes and issues at altars? Now, I've done some research and watched some movies like we've all done in certain areas. Some have done more than others about these mysteries and occurrences and spiritual things and meanings. Because sometimes you think one thing, but then it becomes another. It's like interpreting the Bible. Right? Make sure you interpret it right. And if it doesn't sound right, look right, if it does, you can go with it a little bit until you figure out, well, hang on, that wasn't quite right. But hey, I got close enough, and we'll go with this, right? Maybe might have been a step. But if it's not right and it don't feel right, it definitely ain't right, right? And I want to talk about altars and the mysterious things that I've had with the altars as I've experienced them and practiced them by making them to see what would happen. Another area of what I've done by listening um, is practice the things that I like that sound good if they work for me, right? As long as you feel good and you like the things around you and you feel good, then go with it. You know what I mean? And so this altar right now is what I'm calling and what I've called before drinking a lot of water, period. Now, when I looked that up last time, it could have been a rock issue around the fountain, which I videoed before about the rock getting hit. And it didn't for a while, but then it did. Isn't that a mysterious mystery itself, right? That the water decided to travel a different route. Could have been the rocks around it, but it wasn't touched when it went to play up, right? It just played up, and then I had to touch it to find out why. And once again, it is playing up. It's leaking at the front here. Or when it doesn't leak, it's still, or it could leak at the back, mysteriously disappear without having a full on study and watching it and stuff like that by studying and videoing all the way around every moment of every time. Um, to see the outcome. Coming and looking every now and then, you might take longer to get an outcome as you might miss things that happen just every now and then. And so I'm going to turn it back on now, just refilled it. If you go a little bit too high, which I might have just a little bit there, you can see a little lip there, see? The water level, it leaks. Drips down here and it runs off the front here or at the back until it lines up level, right? And if you have a rock that falls or in the way, it'll also leak around the front here. This time, I had a good look here. I'm like, there's nothing here, what's going on? And then I found this that used to sit like that. That's broken off. It might have got bangs with using this or this area here can get knocked, maybe something every now and then. But it fell like that, as you can see that little dark spot. Oh, that's how it's sitting like that. And sometimes like a cloth, just having something that's in like a bridge can suck it out or splash it out, current it out with water spinning around. It would hit it and it flows out and stuff like that. And that's the only thing I found. So I pulled that out. Put it back there for a moment. And I'm going to turn it back on because this is the third go now. Twice it's leaked. I went, I did a couple of little tweaks with the rocks to make sure, like last time, around the edge here like that. Make sure that they're not ever splashing or anything. And then turn it back on. So hopefully it won't leak anymore. But what I caught it, when it happened, there was other things in the time a little more different than usual, right? In the world and also in your own world can happen. And so I called it a drinking moment. I did it for 7 days or so the last time. It's happened now for 3, this will be the 3rd day today. And now me talking about, or maybe 4th, maybe 5th actually, because Emma told me about it, so it might be a couple of days there. That it was playing up, having its issue. So hopefully, now I'm going to look at it and I'll re-look at it until flowing. And you would think with that kind of flow, that how could something over here absorb? But it can absorb, as it is a flower still alive, it's a bit dried out, but perhaps it was absorbing and flowing out the back there like a cloth. It's the only thing I could come up with. So you let me know, what do you think is the mystery? Is it a little bit of everything? Do we make it a mystery? Or is it just science and it just that little flower that can suck it out? And you might find that's the answer. But the thing is, what made the flower go there? You could say I placed it there to make this clip, and I'm very smart of what I do when it comes to Mr. Squiggling stuff. Or you could say that I go with things and find things easily as I'm good at what I do and can Mr. Squiggle things to help get the answer. You know what I mean? So where's the Wally problem? You get that? Where is Wally? Where is Wally? Huh? And that's the clue of looking. You get that? You know, it's always not about looking for the person. It's about looking for the issue. Huh? Where is Wally? Where? Now, these bones here, they're still sitting there. It's not nothing all bad. It's all about respect, and it's at the altar to help me try to figure out what these bones are about and what I should do with them. So that's why they're placed there. I thought I could tell you that. And a few other meanings which I'll tell you more about into the future when we need to do such things at the right appropriate time and all that kind of stuff, right? Now some people would say that in the background now about this moment and that this moment needs to be there and all these kind of things. But just beware of what people have got to say and always take their advice and stuff like that. But make sure that you get your own opinion. And usually when you get an outcome, a proper outcome and a fair outcome, you'll have to see these people face to face on the issues that you want to deal with them. Because behind the scenes changes can work, but it only goes so far. And a lot of times us humans like connection and favour, face to face connections. So have a good one and let me know what you think. See you later.